Greetings Magic fans, and welcome to this unboxing for the new pre-release of Shadows of Innistrad. Today we've got a pre-release box and a pre-constructed deck to open and look through. Now let's get started. Now, as you know, Shadows of Innistrad has got a lot of mystery towards it. Everyone's wondering who's going to be the big villain of the Eldritch Moon set behind all the madness. There are several theories. Maybe Nahiri is bringing the Eldrazi. As you see the deck box, they usually do something special. This time it's made to look like Tamio's journal, who's in the set. Now we'll open it up and see what the first card is, the promo card. I was saying, so the other theories is Merit Large being on the plane, or maybe Tibalt returning. You can see the inside of the box is made to look like a journal box. And we have a blue dice. Always nice. Our promo card is Slayer's Plate, a nice piece of equipment there. A quick creature gets +4/+2. When a quick creature dies, if it was a human, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token flying onto the battlefield. And a play and a quick cost of 3. And I can tell you from the pre-release, this is an extremely nasty card. And one definitely worth having. Instructions insert. And separate a few cards. Now, not too keen on that design. I think they could have done something better. Also in this set there's 5 clue tokens for the new Investigate mechanic. And each one has a different image and there's a different set-out of a clue to help when you unravel the mysteries of Innistrad. First pack opening. Arlen Cord on the front. And we see what we have. Inspiring Captain, Spill and Snapper, Giant Turtle there, Roaring Heart Ghoul, just focus on the uncommons and rares. In the centre of these packs you can now get double-sided cards and they can be of any rarity. This time though we've just got a Convicted Killer, which is a human werewolf which flips to a Branded Howler. Right, and now we're on to the uncommons. We have an Open the Armory, which lets you search for auras and equipment. Skeleton Key, a new piece of equipment, which lets you creature sculpt, one of the new mechanics, which means it can't be blocked by creatures with power greater than itself. A Graph Mole, creature mole beast. 2/4, when you sacrifice a clue, you gain 3 life. So when you're gaining more cards from using clue tokens, you're gaining life with this guy. And Ever After, this is a nice black spell for 2 black mana and 4 other. And it focuses there. You can return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. And each of those creatures is a black zombie in addition to its other colour types. Put Ever After on the bottom of its owner's library. So that's any 2 creatures that are in your graveyard come back. So that is amazing. And here we have the card you use for the flip cards to mark down which one you have. And here's one of the new clue tokens. We'll keep them up here just so you can see what they are. Next pack. Grotesque Mutation there. It's a nice little black and instant. 1/1 black. Target creature is +1, 3/+1 and gains the lifelink. There's 4 vessels in the set. Each enchantments have a different ability. This is a green one, Vessel of Nascency. You sacrifice it and reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or a planeswalker card from among them into your hand and put the rest into your graveyard. It's just one of the ways to help you get Delirium, one of the other sets, new mechanics of the set, which says if you have 4 or more card types, not cards, but card types in your graveyard, so an artifact creature would count as 2, then you can get extra abilities, and this is the kind of card that helps you get that. This is a good one for the flip card. Skin Invasion. You have enchanted creature attacks each combat if able, and when enchanted creature dies, return Skin Invasion to the battlefield transformed under your control. 400 mana that is, and then it flips into Skin Shredder, an insect horror, which is a 3/4. Handy. And we have an Indulgent Aristocrat, a 1 black mana vampire with a lifelink, which has sacrifice creature, put a 1/1 count on each vampire you control. Quite powerful. Manic Scribe, a human wizard. And Manic Scribe enters the battlefield, each opponent puts the top 3 cards of his library into his graveyard. And Delirium, at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, if there are 4 more card types, 1 card in your graveyard, that player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his graveyard. So that's top 6 cards. So that's great for middle decks. Malevolent Whisper, this is a good sorcery. It allows you for 1 red and 3 other to gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature, gets +2/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. It also has Madness cost, which means you can play it as you discard it. And To the Slaughter, this is a nice rare. It has 1 black mana and 2 other. Has target player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. And if you have Delirium, it's target player sacrifices a creature and a planeswalker. So very nice there. And Spirit counter that done. Opening the next one. That's another one of the vessels. The vessels of Paramnesia. If you sacrifice this one, your target player puts the top 3 cards of his library into his graveyard and you draw a card. Lots of strong werewolves in this one. Hero of Heir of Falkenwraith, a black vampire one. For 1 black mana and 1 other, discard a card and transform Heir of Falkenwraith. Activate this ability only once each turn. The vampires have a lot of flip cards and other abilities that are activated by discarding cards, which triggers their madness costs. And it becomes Heir of the Night, a 3/2 flying vampire. Next we have Hanweir Militia Captain, a human soldier, a 2/2. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 more creatures, transform Hanweir Militia Captain. And Paranoid Parish Blade has Delirium and a 3/2, and if it has Delirium, it gets +1/+0 and first strike as long as there are 4 more cards of types 1 cards in your graveyard. And Foul Orchard, it's just it comes into play tap land, but it gives you black and green. And Groundskeeper, a human druid, for 1 green. It has 1 green, 1 other. Return target basic land card from your graveyard to your hand. So if you've used a discarded land to activate a cost on one of your cards, you can get it back with this. And the rare is Port Town. As Port Town enters the battlefield, you may reveal planes or island cards from your hand. If you don't, Port Town enters the battlefield tapped, and it has white and blue. It's not too bad. And another clue token. Opening the next one. And we have the homunculuses are back in a little way. This is 2/1 with Skulk. Costing 1 blue and 1 other. The classic Dead Weight for 1 black mana. Enchanted creature gets -2/-2. The flip one is a werewolf. It's Solitary Hunter. 1 green and 3 other. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform Solitary Hunter. That's a fairly common cost among werewolves. Where if in your turn, if you didn't cast any spells, or if in your opponent's turn, they didn't cast any spells, then you get to transform your werewolf. Next we have Ghoulsteed, a zombie horse for 1 black and 4 other. And discard 2 cards, return Ghoulsteed from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. It's 4/4, it's fairly good, but there are better things out there at the moment. Invasive Surgery. 1 blue, counter target sorcery spell. Or if you have Delirium, then that should search your graveyard, hand, and library of that spell's controller for any number of cards with the same name as that spell. Exile those cards, and that player shuffles his real library. So that should completely exile a kind of card from the game. So not bad. The classic Lightning Axe. For 1 red mana, at an additional cost of either discarding a card or paying 5 mana, you get to deal 5 damage to target creature. Very strong. And then we have Cryptolith Rite. The Cryptoliths are the strange stone structures on Innistrad that have started to channel mana to mysterious purposes. It has 1 green and 1 other. Enchantment. Creatures you control have tap. Add 1 mana of any colour to your mana pool. Very handy for getting your mana going. And have a Devil token. Now, Devil tokens are quite common in this set, and they have an interesting ability. They're just little 1/1s, but when they die, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. So if you're attacking someone and they block and kill all your devils, you're still doing the damage to them, because you can just have them deal that 1 damage from their deaths to the opponents. Or if you're blocked by a 2/2, you could then kill that 2/2 by having it deal damage to it, but it's still dealing its creature damage. Next pack. And we have here Throttle, it's an interesting one. 1 black and 4 other, and target creature gets -4/-4 until end turn. This one's flip card is the Kessig Forge Master. 1 red and 1 other, and when Kessig's Forge Master blocks or becomes blocked by a creature, it deals 1 damage to that creature, along with its normal combat damage. And at the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform it into the Flameheart Werewolf. A 3/2. Whenever Flameheart Werewolf blocks, it becomes blocked by creatures. Flameheart Werewolf deals 2 damage to that creature. At the beginning of each upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells last turn, transform it back again. So there are several out there that can just be transformed back again. Reaper of Moon Silver, of Flight Moon Silver. Flying 3/3 Angel, has Delirium, which is sacrifice another creature. Reaper of Flight Moon Silver gets +2/+1 until end turn. Activate this ability only if there are 4 more types of 1 cards in your graveyard. So you can really pump this angel if you've got a lot of other spirits out there. And there's a lot of white things at the moment that create spirit tokens. Or you can use Thopter tokens from Origins, or Eldrazi Spawns from Syndicate series, just to give you loads of little creatures that you could sacrifice and pump this angel. Magnifying Glass. I'm not sure if you can see it there on the picture, but I think it's magnifying is a little eye opening on someone's shoulder, a mutation. Has add colorless mana to your mana pool. Or 4 and tap Investigate, and you get a clue token. Briarbridge Patrol is Human Warrior. 3/3 for 1 green and 3 other. When Briarbridge Patrol deals damage to 1 or more creatures, investigate. And at the beginning of each end step, if you sacrifice 3 or more clue tokens this turn, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. So if you've saved up your clue tokens, use them all at once to get a bunch of cards, you can have any creature you want into play. And now we have Declaration in the Stone. 1 white and 1 other, sorcery, and exile target creature and all other creatures in its controller controls with the same name as that creature. That player investigates for each non-token creature exiled this way. So it's kind of like Infinite Obliteration, only they get clue tokens, and it has to have the same name as that creature, obviously, and it has to be in play, so not in their deck as well. And it's part of the story as well. As you can see, there's Sorin and Mark of Mana with all the vampires turned to stone and locked in the stone by Nahiri. And oh, we've got a shiny Ghoulsteed and a zombie. The last pack from this bit. And we have, well, there's the Twins of Mora Estate. There's one of the vampires with madness, so if you've discarded them for some purpose, you can then play them for their madness cost of 1 black and 2 other. And they're a 3/5 vampire. Rancid Rats there. 1 black and 1 other for a 1/1, but it has Skulk, so it can't be blocked by anything with power greater than 1. And Death Touch, so a great little attacker, great little defender. Another Vessel of Volatility, the red one. For 1 red and 1 other, you can sacrifice it and gain 4 red mana. Alright, now we have another flip card, the Daring Sleuth. For 1 blue and 1 other. When you sacrifice a clue, transform Daring Sleuth. And he becomes Bearer of Overwhelming Truth. Has Prowess, he's a 3/2. And when Bearer of Overwhelming Truth deals combat damage to player, you can investigate and gain a clue check. Next you have Creeping Dread. It's an interesting one. He gets 1 black and 3 other. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player discards a card. Each opponent who discarded a card that shared a card type with that card you discarded loses 3 life. This can be good in Commander or 2-headed giant games, but in a single player game it's not that great because it relies on you discarding the same kind of card as your opponent, so that's a bit too much chance in there for that. You could get situations where you've made sure you know what card they're going to discard, but Otherwise, it's not really worth it. Fleeting Memories. When fleeting memories into the battlefield and investigate, get a clue token. When you sacrifice a clue, target player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. So if you're using a lot of clue tokens, it's a good way to mill your opponent. And it only costs 1 blue and 2 other. Innistrad. Now this is a fantastic card. You've got 1 red and 3 other instant. Target creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. That's a great little kill spell. If you've got a creature that's got a 5/5 or a 6/6, you can instantly just kill it. And then we have Tireless Tracker, a 1 green and 2 other human scout. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you investigate, you put a clue token into play. And whenever you sacrifice a clue token, put a +1/+1 counter on Tireless Tracker. So it gets bigger for every clue token you're using. So there's definitely a lot of stuff in this pre-release box for making a deck to use a lot of investigate and clue tokens. Alright, now we'll have a look at briefly the cards and packs in this Shadows of Innistrad pre-built deck, Angelic Fury. We'll quickly look at the cards in here. Because these are all cards from other series, we'll just focus on the rares. In this one, we have the Flameblade Angel. 3 red and 4 other. Creature Angel, 4/4 flying. Whenever a source an opponent controls deals damage to you or a permanent you control, you may have Flameblade Angel deal 1 damage to that source's controller. So anytime anything hits you, you damage them back. Now can you imagine that with those devils? So when they've killed your devils, they're dealing damage to your opponent, and then the Flameblade Angel is also dealing damage to your opponent. So that's amazing. And let's see what else we've got in here. Devil's Playground. Speak of the devil, they put 4 1/1 red devil creature tokens on the battlefield. They have, when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. So that's exactly what that was meant to work with. See if anything else interesting in here? Unruly Mob. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a +1/+1 counter on Unruly Mob, so that works well with that. Inspiring Captain. Whenever Inspiring Captain enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. More lightning axes. Nahiri's Machinations. At the beginning of combat on your turn, her creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Then 1/1 red, Nahiri's Machinations deals 1 damage to target blocking creature. So you can make one of your creatures indestructible and then hurt their creatures. That's just for an enchantment that's 1 white and 1 other. Angelic Purge, that's another good one. That's 1 white and 2 other. There's an additional cost to cast Angelic Purge, sacrifice a permanent. Exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment. And Dance with the Devils, that puts 2 1/1 red devil creature tokens into the battlefield. Innistrad. Dissension in the ranks, 2 red and 3 other. Target blocking creature fights another target blocking creature. Let's have a quick look at the packs in this one. Well, the Spirit, Storm Rider Spirit there, a 3/3 flash flying for 1 blue and 4 other. This is a nice one, Sanitarium Skeleton for 1 black. You get a 1/2 skeleton, but it has 1 black and 2 other. Return Sanitarium Skeleton from your graveyard to your hand, so the defender that keeps coming back. Vessel of Ephemera. Sacrifice Vessel of Ephemera, put 2 1/1 white spirit creature tokens with flying onto the battlefield for 1 and 1 white. Another Kessig Forge Master there. And Open the Armory. Indulgent Aristocrat. Sinister Concoction. An enchantment for 1 black mana. Has 1 black, pay 1 life, put the top card of your library into your graveyard, discard a card, sacrifice Sinister Concoction, and destroy target creature. So not bad. It helps you get Delirium, and you can destroy creatures. And Confirmed Suspicions. A counter spell with 2 blue and 3 other. and allows you to investigate 3 times. It's a bit pricey, but for 3 clue tokens, if you're doing it in a deck that's focusing on the clue tokens, that can be extremely helpful. And last one, let's see what we get. The Solitary Hunter of the pack. And it looks like our flip card this time is the Archangel Avacyn herself. It's 4/4, 2 white and 3 other. Has legendary creature Angel, Flash, Flying, Vigilance. When Archangel Avacyn enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. And when a non-angel creature you control dies, transform Archangel Avacyn at the beginning of the next upkeep. And she becomes Avacyn the Purifier. Flying, 6/5, and when this creature transforms into Avacyn the Purifier, it deals 3 damage to each other creature and each opponent. So really strong there, and really fits in with that deck. We also have Ongoing Investigation. When 1 or more creatures you control deals combat damage to a player, investigate. And 1 green and 1 other, exile a creature card from your graveyard, investigate. You gain 2 life. So really helping with investigations there. Veteran Cathar, 1 green and 1 other. Target human gains double strike until end of turn. If you play 1 white and 1 3 other. That's 2/2. Gibbering Fiend, a devil, for red and 1 other. When Gibbering Fiend enters the battlefield, deals 1 damage to each opponent. And Delirium, Gibbering Field deals 1 damage to that player. So it deals 1 damage to each opponent, and then 1 damage to each player. And finally, the rare Invocation of Saint Traft. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, put a 4/4 white angel creature token flying onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Exile that token at the end of combat. So, nice little enchantment there for just 1 blue, 1 white, 1 other. And every time you attack, you get a 4/4 angel attacking as well. And another clue token. Right, that's all for this time, Magic fans. We'll hopefully be putting those decks together and showing you some more games soon. But for now, happy Magic!